This is gonna be a rant, but I'm gonna talk about this particular subject, and it's called "Keeping It Real Goes Wrong." Now, this has been on my heart for a long time too, but I'm gonna say it right now. Um, when you practice what you preach, and you keep it real to yourself, and you try and do the right thing, even though you might have slipped up, even though you might have slipped up a couple of times or a few times or whatever. But for the most part, you try to do the right thing. Um, what's that old saying? People will remember you on how you make them feel. Well, if you keep it real to yourself, you know what I'm saying? If you practice what you preach and you don't let other people bullshit you, you're going to receive a lot of hate. You are going to receive a lot of hate. Trust me, I know. Because when you practice what you preach for the most part and try to do the right thing and don't let other people bullshit you, people won't like that. Because I realize that a lot of people don't know who they are and they can relate to fake and superficial materialistic bullshit. As for me, I'm not the one. Don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with having nice things and all that stuff, but to talk about and preach about superficial bullshit that's not going to matter in the long run, to me, it's nonsense. To me, it's not tangible. You get what I'm saying? It's not based in reality. What's based in reality is logic and facts. You hear me? What's based in reality is logic and facts. You know, the cold hard facts. There's a reason why it's called cold hard facts because it'll make you cold, but at the same time, it will develop you to become a stronger person because you face reality for what it is. You begin to accept the flaws within society and also the flaws within yourself. That's why it's called cold hard facts. But for the most part, man, by making people how they feel, I realize that people just want to feel good in this world. They don't want to face reality because they're cowards. They're cowards because they don't want to look in the mirror and check themselves because what they might see, they can't handle it. They won't be able to handle it. They're feeble-minded cowards. As for me, at least listen. At least I have the guts to look in the mirror and check myself. I know that some of the things that I might look in the mirror I won't like, but I have to face reality and I have to take baby steps in order for me to do well. No, fuck it. In order for me to do better in this fucking world. Because, in my honest opinion, we are living in a fucked up world. We are living in an ass backwards fucked up world. But it's up to us as human beings to set the motion straight, to set the thing, you know what I'm saying, to set things right. We have to put things in its proper perspective in order for us to make the world right again. We have to bring balance we have to bring balance in this world. I say it again, we have to bring balance upon this world. We have to balance the scales, y'all. It cannot be one up over the other. We have to balance the scales because if we don't, we're going to lose it all. We're going to lose our livelihoods. We're going to lose our lives, and for the most part, we're going to lose this planet because of our petty egos, our arrogance, our insecurity, our narcissism, but most importantly, the violence. Violence beget more violence, and once you add violence upon violence, sooner or later, everything will explode. We're going to lose it all. We cannot lose this precious planet. This planet is beautiful. It really is. This is a beautiful planet. But we as humans, we don't take advantage. Or no. We as humans, we take it for granted. We take this planet for granted. All its natural resources and all that stuff. We could have done so much more. But guess what? We didn't. We really didn't. Because of our egos and our arrogance. But going back to, but I digress, man. But going back to what I said, by making people feel good, I'm going to have a lot of enemies because I know for the most part I kept it real to myself. No. For the most part, I practice what I preach. Number one, I practice what I preach, and number two, I kept it real to myself. And I know a lot of people are not going to like that. Now, a lot of people never did like that. And you know what? To hell with them. To hell with them. Because I would rather live my life in peace and in truth rather than lies and rather just lies and destruction. You know what I'm saying? I would rather be hated for who I am than to be loved for who I am not. I have to keep it real to myself, y'all. And if y'all don't like it, get the fuck off. That's including the people that are subscribed to my channel. If you don't like what I'm talking, if you don't like what I'm so-called preaching about, get the fuck off this channel because this is not for you. I'll do this for me, to vent, to let out some steam, but for more importantly, I'll do this for therapeutic reasons, to clear my head. You know what I'm saying? Basically to unleash my thoughts. And I know that my channel is very unpopular, very unpopular. But guess what? That's a good thing because it made me realize that people would rather support the superficial bullshit than the realistic truths. You know what I'm saying? People rather not support the realistic truth over sensationalism, over sensational lies and all that shit. People love lies. People love the sensational lie over the simplistic truth, and that's the truth, and that is the real. You know, it's plain and simple, plain and goddamn simple, plain and goddamn simple. Yeah, but that's all I gotta say about that, man. Sure, that's all I gotta say. You know, it's just that we as human beings, we have to keep it real. No, number one, we as human beings, you have to practice what you preach. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if people get mad at you or not. As long as you practice what you preach, I guarantee you, you will have a clear conscience. If you practice what you preach and you keep it real to yourself, you will have a clear conscience. And if you try to do, you know what I'm saying, just try to do the right thing for the most part, I guarantee you, you will have a clear conscience. But make sure you practice what you preach for the most part and be real within yourself. Because I realize in this world, nobody knows you better than yourself. Because think about it, that's you. You have your own brain, you have your own two hands and your own 2 feet, you have your own one conscience, you have your own conscience, you have your own essence, and you have your own soul. But you have to get in tune with yourself. You have to acknowledge your strengths and your weaknesses, your flaws and all. Hug yourself. Appreciate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just know that you're not perfect. Embrace your imperfections. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with striving. Ain't nothing wrong with striving for perfections. But embrace your imperfections. Embrace that you know that you're not perfect. Embrace that you know that you're not perfect. But at the same time, know that you have the courage and the ability to improve yourself every single day with baby steps. That's all what it takes, man. That's all what it takes. But like I said before, I know I'm going to have a lot of enemies because I kept it real to myself and I practice what I preach. And most people don't agree with that. And that's their prerogative. To hell with them. And if I ever die and have a funeral, I know that a lot of people are not going to come to my funeral. And so be it. It is what it is. Because I realize that a lot of people don't like a real person. A lot of people don't like a person who practice what they preach. See, people want it, like I said before, people want to be comforted with lies rather than to hear cold-hearted truths. They don't want to hear cold hard facts. And I get that. But in order for us to break the illusion, we have to settle for the cold, logical facts. Because if we don't, we won't make it. We can never improve. We can never do better in this world. And that's all I gotta say about that, man. So that's all I gotta say. So yeah, man. So I thank you so much and have a good day.